Hi, I'm Nicole Cox, and my speech today is about how some people think that two of the MTV shows 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom glamorizes teen pregnancy. 16 and Pregnant is a series of episodes that shows these girls when they are pregnant, giving labor, and where they end up. Teen Mom follows some of the previous girls on 16 and Pregnant to show you what has happened since they gave birth and what really happens being a mother at 16. Not only do these girls have to struggle with going to high school, pregnant, and being talked about, some miss their proms, some lost friends because they no longer could just hang out with their friends. They had to give up a lot of things that they were used to doing because they no longer had the same kind of freedom. I'm going to talk about some of the girls from the first season of Teen Mom to give you some ideas to why I think that this show does not glamorize pregnancy or make it look easy. One of the most talked about girls from season 1 would be Amber Portwood. She had a little girl named Leah and was with her on and off again boyfriend named Gary. When they found out they were pregnant, they were shocked as anyone would be at 16. You can see throughout the season that having a baby at such a young age became to stress Amber more and more. She didn't get to graduate high school because she couldn't afford daycare and had no one else to babysit for her because Gary worked full time and tried to support his family. She talks about getting her GED on season 2 of Teen Mom, and to this day she still has not taken the test. She doesn't have time to study in order to pass it because of her daughter. On season 3, Amber goes as far as hitting Gary and was charged with domestic violence because they constantly fought over all the responsibilities of Leah. She no longer has custody and is facing jail time of 5 years because of drugs and domestic violence. According to the website celeb.gather.com, Amber recently revealed why she chose life behind bars, saying, "I was very depressed, all alone, and bitter to everyone. I felt like that wasn't the life I wanted to live. I felt like I'd rather do my time and get over with it and make the best out of the situation that's been handed to me." How does this glamorize pregnancy? I think this is a perfect example of what stress can cause to unstable parents. Another teen mom would be off season 1 would be Farrah Abraham. She also had a little girl and named her Sophia. From the start of the season, Farrah's mom really didn't want her to have the baby at all. She wanted her to choose adoption or to have an abortion. Farrah refused to do either. She wanted to live to have the baby. You see from the first season that baby's father, Farrah's boyfriend Derek, wasn't ever shown. You only get to see one phone call of them arguing about their relationship. He wasn't even aware that she was pregnant yet. This is because he had died before she ever had the chance to tell him about the baby. According to the website sarcasm.net, Farrah's ex-boyfriend Derek was driving when he lost control of the car, skidded, and flipped over into a pole, killing him. Farrah lost her baby's father in the beginning of her pregnancy, leaving her to be a single parent in the very beginning. Not only is the situation very upsetting, it is also really hard to be a single parent and losing someone you love. And this show shows how hard it was with her having to cope with the whole situation. It shows her in later season trying to figure out what without the father of her baby by visiting his gravesite and also going to therapy. She recently moved away from her hometown to live in Florida and finish her degree in culinary arts so she could start over and get away from all the memories. Another girl from the first season is Caitlin Lowell. She and her boyfriend Tyler struggled with the thought of having a baby from the very beginning. They checked all of their options from day one. They would constantly change their minds about keeping the baby to raise themselves or give it up for adoption every day. Tyler's dad had been a drug addict for as long as he could remember, and Caitlin's mom had been an alcoholic. Both of them had awful childhoods and couldn't imagine bringing a baby into their lives and being surrounded by their family members. They knew it wouldn't be a good family environment for their baby. They finally chose to do adoption, but when it came time to do it and give up the baby, it was one of the hardest things they had ever had to do. You see them going from being happy with their decision when they finally got to graduate, but the thoughts that they could have possibly been parents always crosses their minds. Caitlin and Tyler are the only couple that has stayed together from the first season. Is this because having a child causes many problems that teenagers would never even think of? And they were the only ones that gave their child away, it's definitely a possibility. The rate of teenagers becoming mothers is declining rapidly, according to a new report published by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The average teen birth rate decreased 9% from 2009 to 2010, reaching an all-time low of 34.3 births per 1,000 women aged 15 to 19. I really think that this show has done more good than bad. Of course, you see these girls getting more attention from magazines and such, and becoming more famous, but that is not the reason why they signed up for this show. They wanted to show other teenagers that sex can wait until you are ready to truly become a parent and be ready to support someone other than yourself. And of course, they are getting paid. They aren't getting paid to be teen moms, they are paid to share their story with other young people. And I truly believe that this show does not glamorize teen pregnancy.